Hello and welcome. Imagine this. You run a coaching business. You manage clients all over the world. You build teams you've never met face to face. And you've been living out of a suitcase for more than 10 years. Does that sound crazy? Well, my guest today is here to prove you wrong. Virginie Levraud, alias Captain Gini, has been doing exactly that since 2014. She's figured out how nomadic entrepreneurship really works. She has decoded it in her own way, showing that you can grow a business and stay free at the same time. If you've ever asked yourself if you can have a business, successful business, and move locations, this conversation is for you. Hello, Virginie. Thank you. Bonjour and welcome. We can use a little bit of Franglish si on veut.
No problem. It's in English, it
Welcome.
will be okay. Thank you, Tanya. Hello. Thank you for the invitation.
So, Virginie, take us back to 2014. What made you leave that traditional job mold and go nomadic?
The real adventure in entrepreneurship start in 2015 because in 2014 I started to travel, and it was a little bit more like a year to travel around the world, no work, no responsibilities, just exploring. But after a year, I realized that I really like this life,
Uh-huh.
like really. And it was really like suits me. It was a part of my skin, of everything. So I tried to find a way to, to get a business on the road. But at that time, digital nomads was not a word existed. So I was like, okay, how can do that? So I went to Australia to get a little bit more money, to be honest,
Right.
um, and then to find a solution. And I met some people that were doing this, like had a business in France or United States, but living in Australia and traveling. And then I said to them, can I work with you for free just to see how it works? And I did that for 2, 3 months. Plus, I met people that they said, oh, we want to work with you as a freelancer. And I said, okay, let's go. And I was living in Australia at that time. So it was easy for me, like you have a routine. I
Right.
had a job as well. So I had money coming. So no pressure. And I start my business like this. And when I left Australia, I just set up a new business for like administrative things. You need to.
Right.
And then I kept these clients that I had at the beginning, and then it starts. And because my job is to set up business and doing client acquisition, maybe it was easier to start, but I'm not sure because when you work for yourself, it's always more difficult. So yeah, this is how it starts.
Wow, what a fascinating journey. And then if I remember correctly, it's not just one business you've got. You've got more than
Yeah,
one.
I got one business, two activities, right? Yeah, I start by web design, which
Uh-huh.
is still a business that I do.
Right.
And since 2019, I start a coaching business because before doing all of this, more than 11 years ago, time flies.
Yeah. Yeah.
My real job was this, like strategy, marketing, all of this. And I start to feel frustrated to do only website, which is a tool, but not the only way to get clients. And this is not a strategy to get a website. So I start to provide free advice for my clients from web design. But
Hmm.
then I realized that I really like to do that, and that had results. So I said, okay, I need to set up coaching. And this is how it started in 2019. I had the courage to officialize the coaching business because it's not easy to say I'm a business coach.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Well, thank you for taking the courage because I happen to be one out of hundreds of clients that you have. And I have been with you now, I think since 2022 and until present. You've seen me or TP Talks grow from nothing to something. And I'm really happy and excited. And when I met you and all the exchanges on and off business, I thought, I gotta have you share your story because you have so many cool little nuggets that somebody can take and motivate that person to go in that direction. Now, exactly, and I love that you have the name Captain Genie because Captain. Well, anyway, before I say anything, I'm gonna let you answer this one. Captain Genie is such a cool, unique name. I think that you chose for your business. What's the story behind it?
So Genie is like the nickname I have since I am, I don't remember when, but maybe 15, 16, 14. So,
Right,
and it's not related to Virginia, which is my name. So, but this is like a part of, who I am since years. But Captain is, I like because this is how I feel. I'm like on a boat and it's changing like port. You say that in English, like
right.
port,
Make
changing port
thoughts.
of it
Yeah,
all the
exactly.
time and seeing different country, culture, everything. But on a captain, you can have people with you. So
Mm.
welcome on board and come with me in my journey. It could be the journey in business, it could be the journey of like traveling, could be both. So I like the fact that it's like a boat and you can come with me on the boat.
Yeah, you come and go, and you go
Yeah,
from one
yeah,
place
and you
to
follow the
another.
flow because I start marketing, and I mean, yeah, working what I do in 2018. No, sorry, 2008.
Okay, that's all right.
Yes, yeah, it's not the same. But then from 2008 to now, marketing changed, market changed, people changed, world changed. So because of this, I like that you have to follow the flow as well. So that's as well a boat, like follow the flow.
That's
So
a
that's
beautiful
why and
metaphor.
I'm the captain of my life. I'm the captain of my business. That's why it's the captain and not another role in on the boat.
Oh, that's a beautiful image. It's a beautiful metaphor. I can actually see it as you were speaking. I can imagine it. And over 10 years of entrepreneurship, digital entrepreneurship, that's more than a lifestyle.
Exactly.
How did you make it all work?
That's exactly what I always say when people say, how do you do that? Why you're not bored? Why you're not sick of this? It's because when you start, like, like social networks right now, we saw a lot of people doing long-term traveling. And they tell us we are digital nomads because that's the term, how to tags, because we like tags right now. So that's how it works. But what you see, it's people traveling long term. But or if it's a lifestyle, usually they're living in one place. So this is expats, not digital nomads. But an
Right.
expat can be a digital nomad. So that's a lot of tags. But if I reply to your question, is my first goal is to travel. What I love more than love, it's like a virus, is every day get an adventure, every day learning something. And how I learn, that's really personal, is through traveling, culture, and stuff. But to be able to do that, you need to work, you need to. So I choose to have a work serve my life. So my priority is work, clients, because if they're satisfied, I can still have work and then serve the life I want. So when you think like this is not about, okay, where I'm gonna live tomorrow. I don't mind because this will be, I move all the time. So yes, it's more than a lifestyle. And I say it's like everything. When you start bicycle, it's hard, but after 10 years, you don't think about. You just take your bike and you go. And for me, it's the same. When I arrive in a country, I don't think about, oh gosh, I don't know where's the supermarket. I don't know how to talk. I don't know what kind of food I'm gonna eat. I don't even think about because for me, it's so natural to adapt I just need a day usually because that's the life I have for more than 10 years.
Hmm.
So yes, it's a lifestyle. It's my life. When people ask me, when do you go back to France? I'm like, why to go back? I'm not going back. I didn't leave. I am just living, like daily life like you pursue your life.
Right. Oh, well said. Well said. It seems like you're very hungry for life. You
Yeah.
enjoy living, and each day is like a morsel of something, be it a chocolate or a
Yeah,
taco.
I hate routine. Like like it's been almost a year I'm in the same place this time because I need it for my work.
Uh-huh.
But I'm like, okay, at the end of the year I'm gonna leave. soon, hope, because we're walking, just even walking on the same streets every day, piss me off. Like
Sure.
I've got enough to see the same trees, same people. Oh my God, I love them, but I want to explore. I want to learn something.
Yeah, so you get a little bit antsy, I hear, right?
A little bit.
Yeah, sure, I
But I
can
like
understand.
it. I like it here, you know. I like it here. I like everywhere. But yeah, I wanna yeah, I start to have like, okay, discover everything. So I need to
Sure.
move around and have a new challenge.
Nice. So you have to take your boat and captain away.
Exactly. And maybe I'll be back. I don't know.
Yeah, sure. How beautiful. So now, what's running a business like and moving regularly really like? I mean, even though you're moving and you say that you get bored or you like the dynamics and you're hungry for life, which I hear, but at the same time, how how can you run pretty much regularly and in a way process reviews, clients, everything that involves in a business in a way that's regular, unlike the moving that you do and make it work.
So there's two things, like macro and micro. Like when I think about life, including personal and pro, work is always the first. Like for example, my clients' sessions, it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So I know that these days I will be in a place that they have internet, good environment, free minds, no one around me, and it's for my business and for my clients.
Okay.
So that's the rule. So I won't say it's only discipline, because it's the trendy word. Sure, you need discipline, but this is not because you're a nomad that you need discipline. This is life. But I need a really good organization.
Mhm.
And so if you see my agenda, this is really good organization.
Mhm.
But in my personal life, I have no organization. So it's a well balance, Like if I
Okay.
want to do something, I just do it. I don't know how, I just go and do. But in work, never. And everything, and that's the key, is anticipate. Anticipated, sorry. Everything, everything, everything. I know exactly what I'm gonna do next month. So today, I had posts to do, I had a thing to do for my clients and reviews and stuff. This is already in my agenda since 1, 2, 3 weeks. And in this agenda, there is a block time
Mhm.
that, or for something that I didn't plan, because I could have a new call, an interview, things that I didn't plan. But
Right.
this is as well organized. So if you don't think about, oh, what I have to do, what is the next step, your business is going to be strategic. And if it's strategic, it works. So it's not about to be nomad, it's just to be organized. So if you have like a family life with kids, to be honest, it's quite challenging as a nomad life, maybe
Mhm.
more,
Mhm.
because the children, they have a routine. I don't. So
Right.
that's more challenging. And the only reason you will have a successful business, definition of success you put on it,
Right.
it's because you're organized. Look, you don't put your kids at 9 and the day after at 7 at school.
Right.
You have organization, right?
Mhm.
It's a little bit the same.
Mhm. Mhm. All right.
That's how it works. And yes, and I know where I want to where I want my business be in a year, in 2 years, etc. And the second things is I priority. Sorry that's the French
En
accent.
français.
Priorise. Pri Tell it in English, please.
Prioritize.
Thank you. Prioritize a lot what is efficient for turnover, client acquisition, and what is efficient for just thinking that I'm busy in my business. So it's a simple business. I exactly know what I want, and I do things for these. All the rest, I don't do it. So that's the key. Like you need to know exactly what is efficient for your goals, for your objectives.
So true, because here I'm going to give some promotion to Captain Gini. And my first module with her was push and pull, where
Yeah,
where you have to basically prioritize. And I thought everything was important and go into great detail. And Captain Gini very quickly, or Virginie quickly with her modules and then coaching said, "Is that really important?" And she would really, really, you would really quiz me and say, "Come on, think about it. Do you really need to do all the details right now? Just go to the essential. I'll understand. Just get to it." And I really thank you for that, because I used to be lost in detail, and then that detail turned into procrastination.
yes, it
And
is.
when,
It is.
and once you procrastinate, it's finished. It's gone. And then you're like sitting watching something, eating ice cream and feeling sorry for yourself. And that's not a great place to be. And maybe
Exactly.
sometimes when you really can't handle it, but to have it frequently, you gotta get to kind of review things. So
And you burn yourself because you're
yeah.
doing that amount of details, keep you busy, keep you tired because working all day on details, it's challenging. Then you're tired, but you don't have results. And you're so like it's more than frustration. Like you start to burn out. Like I work that amount of time, but I have no results. Huh, it's because you work on details.
So
And
true.
you know why we procrastinate? It's because sometimes we don't want to do this kind of action. And then
Exactly.
we're like, maybe I could do that one before. Yeah, but it's not how it works.
That is so true. And you touched right on a nerve, burnout,
Yeah.
that keyword that people have used it and abused it. And without going too much into, I really don't want to make this a discussion on burnout, but what are some things that one needs to know to avoid burnout and doing everything as a digital nomad?
I didn't avoid it. I had one. Yeah. Like when was it? 2020? Yeah. With the virus that we don't take the name say the name.
Right, right. Uh-huh.
But since then I learned my lessons, so not anymore. Okay, I will talk only for me because depending what is your job, but I always say I'm not a surgeon. I don't save lives. I know some people tell me that, oh, you saved my life. No, 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 I didn't save your life. Calm down. We are doing marketing. Uh, so because I think like this, when I have too much things, which is sometimes, even if it's like priority, you have too much. And I feel it because you feel it that you start to have headache, you start to be anxious, you start to have, you feel it. I stop and I go and do things. And when I and maybe that's my gift. When I decided to do something else, I don't think about my job. Maybe it's my gift because I know it's so hard to break and to separate stuff. But that's what I know how to do. Like when I'm doing something, I do something. So if I go to walk with friends, or I don't know, like visiting a castle, I don't know, whatever it is, I do that, and that's it. And I
Okay.
don't use my phone.
Okay. The magic thing, yeah, just leave the phone
And I don't use
behind.
my phone. Or maybe to take pictures. No, not
Okay.
maybe, to take pictures.
That's great piece of advice, to just drop everything and get out, do
Yeah.
something,
And
something.
when you come back in an hour or 2 hours of the day, depending how long you need, you're refreshed, you're like,
Yeah,
okay, and then you can focus again
that is so
and
true.
be more efficient.
That is so true. I have to like have post-its for this one, because I took 2 weeks off. I haven't taken 2 weeks off like that for a while. And well, we spoke about it. We're not going to go into detail here. And when I came back, I realized that in 2 hours, I did as much as I usually do in a week. And it was a flabbergasting. I thought, I got to do this more often. And I really think, we underestimate rest and pause, and
Yeah.
this the phone, the cell phone, it's overused too much. It's just an addiction. And that's a really good point to mention. Myths now. I wanted to get into myths. A lot of people have myths or ideas that are probably wrong or incorrect. What's the biggest myth about digital entrepreneurship or
I
couple of?
don't know how to reply on this because for me, I hate that name. It's a new name, a new word, a new expression for me because when I started, I was just a traveler. That's it. And I'm still
Okay.
feeling like this. So the myth is that is for everyone. If you want it, you get it. No, 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 no. Digital nomads is not for everyone. But I will say for everything in life as well, you know, to have a family is not for everyone. To live in Paris, compare like province is not for everyone, you know. But digital nomad is not for everyone. And digital nomads is not colonization.
Who, tell me more. What
Oh,
is
yes, I know it's a big topic. We won't talk too much like this, but
one
when I
sentence?
see the picture on internet about digital nomad. It's people that they live in Bali, in villa, and then they go to party, and then they go to yoga, and it's good. I don't have nothing to say about this. This is their life and etc. But this is not to be digital nomads. That's a cliche. You can be on your bike, traveling around the world, like motorbike, in the Middle East and in the desert and be a digital nomad. And you don't have a villa in Bali. So the big myth is, you know, the sexy lady and guy that they work out from 5 morning. And no, the digital nomad before is nomad. We don't mind if you're digital or not. So for me, the big cliche myth is thinking that to travel around the world full time has to be linked with to be a digital nomad. I met a girl, her job is to be voice for meditation classes.
Oh, okay.
Because she's traveling, she's on internet, but she doesn't have to. So she's a digital nomad because thanks to internet and because she's traveling around the world. But if not, her job is not a digital nomad. Her job is voice for meditation. So that's it. So for me, the big myth is thinking that to be digital, to traveling around the world, have to be digital nomad, and digital nomad is to be sexy lady, yoga stuff, working out. And I saw so many people that they start to have this routine because it's what they should do, and this is not what they are. So
Mhm.
that's for me the big myth.
Okay, okay. It's a good point, and especially there are people also in companies who are not working at the company, but at a distance in another, be it
Yeah,
another country or another area. And that's also another way to define this digitalness, digital working.
yeah,
It's not,
yeah.
and then there's
I'm
hybrid.
not in Bali. I don't have a villa, and I don't do yoga. But it's 11 years that I'm traveling full time and working on my computer. You see?
Right.
And I don't work in cafe, in Instagram cafe. No.
Uh-huh. Right. And then you're the owner of your business. You're
Yeah,
the captain of your business, unlike
yeah,
maybe some people who may already be hired by a company and working
exactly.
somewhere digitally in a probably a very nice comfortable place. That's also a difference. So we have to be careful with that.
Exactly. So digital nomad is not only one thing, is you decide what it suits you.
Duly noted, duly noted. Let's get down into the nitty-gritty and the
Yes.
details a little bit into. You talked already about routines and mindset in keeping your professional life organized. What keeps you grounded anywhere you are in the world? Let's say you took the weekend and you traveled from, I don't know, from France to Mexico and then Mexico to Toronto. I don't know, for example. What keeps you grounded? Because I hear people saying, well, yeah, but I got 10,000 voices in my head asking me this, and that. How would you kind of,
Um, Maybe I have this gift like to be focused. When I have it's again an organization. If I have a new idea, and I'm so excited about it because it's challenging, it's new, we
sure.
like it. I have a list for this. So I write it on the list. To write it on the list, I know already that it's something. So then I don't use it. So
Okay.
I have to be disciplined. to be sure that if I have a new idea, I don't use it in act it, make it in action. No, put on the list. Then I have in my business 90 plans, 6 months plans, and a year plans, and 2, 3 years plans. This is not because I am like this or no, it's because it's 11 years in my business. So now I can settle these kind of things, but you don't have to. But the 90 plans, yes. And the year plan, yes, that you cut in for 90 plans. So because of this, you know that maybe this idea will see life in 90 days because you have a 90 days points like
Mhm.
review
Marker, right?
marker. Yeah. And you're like, okay, what I've done, what I liked to do, what I disliked to do, what was efficient, what was working for my goals, my clients' goals, everything. And then about this, you're like, okay, I need to adjust, maybe delete this, cancel this, or add this, adjust this. And then you can see your ideas and say, okay, is this something that I can put on what I just review? And then if yes, good. If not, still on the list. So that's how it works. Sometimes it's frustrated,
I
but
bet. I
this
bet.
is the first lesson we learn to kids to be frustrated. And I mean, and I mean, it's not because you're frustrated about one idea that you don't put on the plan that all the rest is frustrated. No, for sure. So, yeah, I think I really know my why and I really know what I want for my business. So I'm not distracted because I know why I do that. So, yeah, I think it's more personality. I don't know.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a lot of factors, but I don't know where I heard this, but someone said you can do everything but not at the same time.
Exactly. Yes. And I like the word resilience because I really think have a business is this as well. And I told you that the key is to anticipate everything. And when you anticipate, it means that you never think for right now. You always think for later.
Mm-hmm,
So right now, what I have to do is already plan since. So I'm not now changing everything. It's stupid because it's not one action, it's multiple action that
mm-hmm.
they are into a big picture.
Okay.
So if I changed it, I change all the picture and this I'm gonna have a lot of things to do and I don't know where I go and I start to have fear and I start to have this bad emotion and then no results. Because I know that, I don't do it. If I have a new idea, why? Why? This new idea is good, but for next step.
Okay. Oh, so if I understand correctly, you take that idea, you write it down, and little by little, you chop it up into realistic
If
tasks
it's if it goes
with
right with the goals.
if it aligns with the goals, and then you kind of
Exactly.
seed it and see what comes up. If nothing comes up, you drop it. You go next without overthinking too much because
Exactly.
that could be
Because I already overthinking that much. Like every October in my business, I have 1 month that I just think. Like, okay, I did that. I didn't like this. This is not working. Oh, the market is changing. Oh, this is something that someone told me. That's what I was not satisfied for this client. Blah 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 blah. And thinking. And this is adjustment. Sorry. And that's how sometimes I decided to change everything. Like, for example, right now, I'm launching a new offer. Like, it's push and pull program, but in autonomy way. So I had this idea a year ago because of a market things that a need from the market. But
right.
this is not because I had the idea that I put in action. Then I think about that and I plan it, and it took me 8 months to put it in action. So
Wow.
imagine if I had the idea a year ago and just put it in action right now, it won't be a good product.
Yeah, you have to think through it. Like Einstein took
Yeah.
what, over 10 years.
And to create the program is not the only thing. You need to launch it, you need to communicate on it, you need to create the journal, the systems, and all of this have to be efficient with goals, turnovers, like turnover goals. So it's not like just to get an idea. Get an idea, yes, but to make the idea successful, it's a big plan. So if you do that for all your ideas, you don't work in your business.
Okay. Wow. That's well put together. I don't think I can put it in any other way than you did. That's fantastic. And it's something that you learned along the way, or
Yes, definitely. Yes. Like the first year of my business, it was like, okay. And even it goes with saying yes to everything,
oh
which
yeah,
is quite
that's a
the
problem.
same.
That could be a problem.
It goes like the same. You have a new idea, you have a new opportunity, you have a new question, and you know, new demands. So all of this, and then I was like, okay, but what I'm doing, you don't even know how to promote yourself. You don't even know how to sell your business. So you're like, okay, no, no, no. Boundaries, rules, anticipation, strategy, and then it goes. So that's why when you start your business, it's normal if you feel lost. It's normal that you feel uncomfortable. And when you learn something new, that something that you don't know, you're sure you're uncomfortable. When you feel, oh, maybe I feel it's not for me, think different. It's not for you because you don't know how to do. At that time, it's normal that you're feeling comfortable, or it's not like feeling well because it's something against your values. And if it's against your values, you don't do it. If it's just because you don't know and you have to learn something new, keep going. You see, it's gonna be easy afterwards.
Okay. Sound advice. Very sound advice. So I imagine at the beginning, it's going to be tough. You do pretty much everything on your own, and then at some point, things start to happen.
Yeah.
You start getting the work in, and all of a sudden you've got a lot of work, and you decide basically, I can't do this by myself anymore. I got to delegate and find people to help me out, and people that are going to be also, digital. How do you go about delegating and looking for people to help you grow your business, maintain
Yeah.
and grow
So
your business?
yeah, yeah. So first you delegate for two reasons: earning, have more times, or doing stuff that you don't know how to do. You don't have expertise. So that's how you can delegate sometimes from the beginning and not because you're scaling. When you scale, it's because you need more time and to grow. But when you start delegate from the beginning, it's usually because you don't have the expertise, and it's okay. We don't have to know everything. So so you want to know my process, that's right? How I
Basically,
delegate?
yeah. Do you, when you delegate, how do you delegate? How do you go about looking for people to delegate and hire them and help that
Yeah.
they help you take that load off? If you can.
So when I delegate, I have two reasons. First, I don't have the expertise. Like, for example, I know how to do advertising, but to do it is a little bit different. Like it's not because you know that you're good in it. So this delegate. Or for example, sometimes when I have like a lot of work, I told you that I like to have adventure every day. So if it's more time to work than adventure, I'm like, no, 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 I'm gonna split. Someone gonna do this, and I will have time for me. So sometimes it's more like to have time, like AV or like virtual assistant, VA or VA, sorry. So what I do is I look for the people. So some people that put ads, and like we recruit, and people answer. Usually I don't do that, but it could be both. And what I look for first is the attitude of the person
Okay.
more than the expertise.
Oh, interesting.
I mean, a little bit, because if the person say I am doing this, I know that they know how to do. I don't know how, what is the level, but for me it's the attitude. Because if I delegate, I need you to take care of this without me. I give you the results I want. Since I have the results, I don't mind how you do it and when. Because my goal is I want, I don't know, let's make an example for people that they create like social networks posts, for example. if I tell you, okay, I need all the posts ready every Tuesday, but I want to be able to check about every Friday, and you do this, I'm good. I don't mind if you work on Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday, I don't mind. At least that I have the thing. And when I got it, if I have things to adjust, we adjust. But again, I have the responsibility to give you all the tools to work well, all the resources that you need to work well, and reply all the questions. And like, you know, like if I give you all the things that you need to work well, then it's good. But because to be able to do that, I need to know your attitude. Are you someone that takes responsibilities? Are
Mhm.
you someone that are like autonomous? Yes.
Autonomous, yeah.
Yeah. Autonomous. Are you someone that asks question when you don't know? I
Oh,
think it's the
that's
first
a big one.
thing
Yeah.
that you realize, okay, I don't know. And you know what? I don't mind. No ego, because it's not a question of ego. I'm
Mhm.
going to ask and then we're going to do well. So I need more this first, then I see your expertise. But to see your expertise, you have to test the people. And I never test people for free
Okay.
because someone that is not paid for something, you, me, anyone, you don't provide the same service.
It's
So I
true.
always pay for what I ask. And if I'm satisfied, we keep going.
Very good, because when you pay attention.
Sure. And why people have to pay to work for free for you? Come on.
Sure. We all have bills to pay. Absolutely.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
So yes, I always want some people that they are like autonomists. That's the word, that they know exactly what they have to do, how they have to do. Maybe it's not my method. I think we're gonna talk about this afterwards, like how to.
You can go right into it. Yeah.
Yeah. But yes, and then yeah, you need to do your stuff. I want, like, the confidence is this for me. I will have confidence in you, but prove me that you're an entrepreneur and not just if you start to please me, I don't want to work with you because I want you keep your boundaries as an entrepreneur. I want you know what you deliver, you know your methods, and that's how I choose you, not because you please me.
It's basically results driven, right?
Exactly.
Performance.
Yeah.
Would you say that when you are looking for these talented people, would you say you ask a reference, or do you go on Fiverr or Upwork or
Oh,
platforms like
I
that?
I I go most of the time between Fiverr and Instagram.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. If
No.
it's a creative work, Instagram, because oh, sorry, I see how they communicate, the tone, how they work, you can see that. And
Sure.
if it's not creative, like usually I go on Fiverr. Um, and yeah, and some people it's because you met them in another situation. Like,
Hmm.
oh, are you doing this? Oh, it could be good. Okay, I take your reference, and because you know a little bit the person, and then you give them work. But this is not always the most efficient people.
Okay. All right. It's good to
So there
know.
is a relation that is different at the point. So at the
Absolutely.
beginning, it's different.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I often talk about this on my blog or on my lives as network. I always ask you network. You never know who is there, and it doesn't always have to be in a professional setting. It could be at a bakery, it could be having a coffee, it could be a co-working area. It can actually be also at a wedding or on a boat, like we spoke before. Anywhere there is a situation for an exchange or conversation that can happen naturally without thinking, oh, I gotta pitch now. Now I gotta do this and that. It should be a natural conversation, and then, okay, by the way, this is what I'm doing, and often that could reap some interesting results via the person themselves, or maybe the person that knows someone that knows someone. So that's always interesting to
Yeah,
pursue.
yeah. But
Oh,
really, like values they have and responsibility. Like, as well, when I ask, okay, I'm looking for someone that's doing this, and that's the brief, who has proposal, the people that they answer right away, usually that's the people that I hire after.
oh, okay.
Because it's not because they are hungry, it's because they are well organized to be able to get your proposal straight away. That's what it means. Maybe because they are not busy. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
And that's as well attitude. Like there is a opportunity, I reply straight away and then I follow up. If they do that, usually it's good experts. Usually it's all goes with.
Sure. Yeah, I understand because they show a little bit how they work. Because with that response or that, yeah, that response, you right away see how they're going to be later on down the line when they're working with you.
And they're
Absolutely.
motivated. Someone that is motivated to work with you is the good person. I mean, you know?
Sure, sure. And
Yeah.
motivation is important. So for those of you who are listening, motivation is important.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's go into clients and strategy. How do you get clients across time zones and cultures, and not only how you get them, but how do you keep them?
Okay. I'd say that maybe, I say maybe because I'm not in the head of the people, but I say maybe my way to life is something attractive. So first, the people that they come to me, usually they like it, so they don't have a problem with the time difference and stuff, which is something. I'm sure there is some people that they never work with me because of this, but I don't know because they never came to me.
Sure.
Second, I'm always completely transparent about my delay response, my availabilities. They know all from the beginning, not work with us. Like the discovering call. I tell it at that time. And then when it's easy, when I'm in America, all the countries, I work only in the afternoon for Europe. And when I'm in Asia, I work only in morning from Europe for Europe. That's it.
Okay.
So my agenda switch depending which continent I am. And that's always the same. Time blocking and priority of clients. And as well, I set up systems because I'm a specialist with systems that my clients can have a lot of things without me. And when they need me, the way we talk, communicate, and stuff, it's easy for me, even if I'm not on my computer. Like in Push and Pull, the program, the coaching program I have, we have the WhatsApp. I have so many pictures of me that people take that I am in the middle of, I don't know, a temple or on the beach with my swimming suit or whatever, working. But I have everything in my phone and I have an iPad that have all the resources and stuff. I don't just reply. I take a break because it's my priority. And sorry, I stop volleyball. I stop, I don't know. I stop, I pause, I have my notes. So I have all of this with me all the time. I write, I think, I'm like a business coach. And then I reply. So
Wow,
we
that
don't mind where I am. It's how I get tools to be able to work with my clients. So how I get clients, same way that people that they are not nomad,
okay,
strategy,
okay.
acquisition.
Well,
So
also there's a dedication, and then like you said, since you already communicate, you're very communicative at the beginning, and there's no surprise, and I vouch for that. There's no surprise in what you sell. From A to Z, you've got everything. The communication is clear. So of course, even though it may be frustrating for me to stop a volleyball match or a lunch to answer a client, but if that's what you already prepared on set,
yeah.
it's not a problem, right?
And it's not a problem because, like, imagine I'm playing volleyball. I am playing volleyball on Tuesday afternoon. And
Yeah.
I will be frustrated because I have to stop to work with my client. Come on. There is other problem in life, right?
Right. You're right. You're right. It's true.
Yeah, when you realize that you're lucky to live to live the life you built in that way. Okay, I'm not always playing volleyball on Tuesday afternoon. That was an example. But yeah, come on. Sometimes like yeah, the most difficult thing is about internet, but it's not anymore in 2025. So
Wow, amazing gratitude you have. That's wonderful, and to be able to have that global picture of being relative as to what's important, what's not. That's I always cherish that from you, and I appreciate. I've learned to be better, a little bit better, not perfect, but a little bit better in that department.
but I guess the environment you live in um, works on it. Like if you're living a hard life and you have to survive all the time, this is not the same for someone that is not in this condition. So that's why I have this, I don't know how to say, prendre du recul.
Big
Like,
picture, global picture.
yes, yes, that's why, because like I feel lucky every day. It's not luck because I worked to build this, but the starting point was easier than some people as well. So when you realize this, you can't say, oh gosh, I have to, oh no, I am visiting this beautiful temple and I have to see it and go back to work. Yes, and tomorrow you're going to be able to visit this temple because nomad is my life. I'm not in holiday. When you have
Right.
15 days holiday, yes, you don't want to answer a call because it's only 15 days a year. But when it's your daily life for 11 years, come on, I'll see the temple tomorrow.
Sure. That's great. Which leads me to the next question, but I think you kind of answered it, but I'll ask it anyway. Making big business decisions and managing the day-to-day nomad life, you talked about it right now, and you talked about it previously having all these systems and everything. Would you add anything else as to how to make these big decisions, especially for those who may not be planning, maybe planning just the next trimester or the year out, not maybe 2, 3, or 5 years? What would be some tips and tricks?
So first you start with goals. What do you want? It's not only about money. It could be about launching a product. It could be have this kind of life as well. Why not? So you need your goals. Then when you get goals, you're like, okay, what I need to success to get these goals. It
Right.
could be knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
It could be people that you hire people. It could be time. It could be working with this kind of things, and I'm gonna go back on this later. Or it could be all. So first you got this, and then for each part, you're like, okay, if I want to hire people, which people I need, which level of knowledge they have, where they are, maybe because I'm a nomad, so I can't work with Australia because it's the time difference sometimes is
Yeah,
so hard.
right.
And then, okay, now that I know who I need, I'm gonna step all the things. So, okay, first step, I need to find the people. So maybe I'm gonna add some, put an ad, or maybe I'm gonna look at in my network, like, and then each time I do a step, more step. And when I know all the steps, I look at my agenda. Okay, how I can put this in my agenda that are already focused for admin, clients, communication, marketing. I should have all of this in my agenda. And then, okay, but I want to add this or change this or, and then I manage it. And then it put it in a 90 days. And then every day I keep discipline to make it possible. And if there is a one day that I don't want to work, I don't work.
And you don't
One
feel
day,
guilty
not,
about
not
it,
15 days, one day.
but you don't feel
If
guilty
one
about
day
it.
I feel no, and I don't know why, good. But this day, don't stay in your sofa or in your bed. Just do something else. Fresh your brain, sorry, and then do something else. And when you go back the other day, you're motivated because you had a rest. You had why you would like last day? Like, okay, I didn't work. Ho 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 ho. And then you work. Yeah, that's the thing. Like you have to plan. Because if you come the morning saying, oh, why? Okay, good. This day I have to do this, and then it's done, and then I can do what I want. Or I will have these results. Um, in life, the goal is not like get your exam and get your wedding and get your child. It's not this. It's daily life, like small victories, like
Right,
steps. So
absolutely.
it's the same for business.
Absolutely. No, well said. I couldn't have put it better myself because and once again, you really start with a global vision and you knock it down
Yep.
from a dream to whatever you want, and then stemming
Yep.
it down into realistic tasks and then growing it. And rest should not be looked as a luxury, but rest is a necessity because you most likely do a lot better. As we spoke a while ago, rest is essential, and not to feel guilty about it. It's
Yeah.
it's essential.
And your goals have to be, oh, I forgot the word, even in French, like accessible.
Right.
Like first year of your business, don't ask for 10,000 a month. Like, come on, be realistic. Realistic, sorry, not accessible, realistic. So that's the thing. And to be realistic, there is realistic of your situation plus realistic about the amount of things that you can do. Like it's better to have 2 3 goals than 10 goals.
Hmm.
So that's the rules. Like don't do too much. It's better to do a little bit but really good and get results, and then it's a next step, and at that next step you can add another goal. So that's why we do 90 days plan and not year or more.
Okay, it's more digestible and realistic
Yes,
and not overwhelming because we can all get
exactly.
overwhelmed very quickly.
Yeah.
Well, very passionate. We can continue speaking about this, I think, for another hour, but after, as we're slowly concluding now, after 10 years, now it's going to be 11 years of Nomad.
Yes, yes.
Wow,
And
what's next?
February it was 11. So it's a little
Oh,
bit more than 11 years.
oh, wow. So over 11 years. That's
Over an 11
fabulous.
years. Yeah.
Congratulations. What's next for Captain Genie? Where can we find you and learn more?
You mean in the world or about business?
Yes, yes, and yes.
So I don't plan all, but I know that at the end of the year I'm gonna change maybe like Central America.
Mhm.
And next summer I want to go in Canada. But then I don't know because I start to thinking that I would like to go back again in Japan. So
Uh-huh,
I'm like,
uh-huh.
too much things. So that's for the that's for the traveling part. But yeah, Central America, yes. And for business, but I'm launching right now the push and pull autonomy part. So mean it's like auto coaching. So you
Mhm.
don't need me as a coach. You can choose to have me, but if you don't want to, because you want to work alone, or because maybe you don't have the budget, or maybe you don't want to do all and you want to test before. So that's the offer I create, and that's all new and that's launching right now. So I'm a little bit stressed, to be honest, and a lot of things to do, but it's okay, it's good and start well. So I'm happy. So yeah, it's 8 months working on. So that's the program to build your foundation, to know how to get client acquisition, to know all of this. But this is in French. So if there is
Okay.
French people, speaker, like you can come and ask me. So that's the 2 goals. Keep traveling where I am, and I want to go back in a life a little bit more easy. Like I want to maybe do like a motorbike road trip or like a
Ooh.
volcano trekking. That's a little bit the thing that I want to do next year, like going back on this kind of life, which is the life I like. So I know there is a big gap between me in the business and me in traveling life. It's always funny. But yeah. So yeah, and this new offer, I will be really occupied for the next months. So Yeah, that's good.
Okay, okay. And what social network can people find you on?
I'm on Instagram, really active. I have a LinkedIn profile, but that's it. But if you write a message on LinkedIn, I would be really happy to answer and communicate with you, really. But yeah, I'm really active on Instagram. But yeah, both are good.
And
And
you
I have,
also have,
sure.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, that's okay.
You want to say something? I cut you off.
I say I have my website too, but this is not a social network.
Well, okay, I was about to ask that question, so perfect, perfect. Okay, so as we're concluding, for anyone dreaming of location freedom, digital nomadness, but feeling stuck, being fearful, and saying, should I, shouldn't I? What's a piece of advice or one thing that you would suggest them to do before taking the leap?
Um, to have this, you have to know why you do that. It's not because you copy of someone or because you think it's a life that it's perfect life and there is not other life. So first you have to know why you want, and then I would say just go, but no. To be honest, act before plan.
Okay.
Sometimes when you start, just act before plan, because when you start things, even if you don't know where to go, that's how you met people. And people give you advice and you are like, oh yeah, I didn't think about this, and then you start something new or you try something new, and or maybe you get opportunities or you get your first clients, and these first clients give you feedbacks that you're like, oh yeah, but my offer should be better in this way. So if you start to make an offer for 3 months alone in your room, and then you put it in the world and the people have the feedback that they are so bad, you lost 3 months.
Mm.
So that's how I say act before plan. Sure, you plan a little bit because you plan something according what you want, but then act. You know, like people that they start traveling, they're like, I don't know if I want to monetize, like I have money with my travel. I said, you don't have to know. Put on Instagram, post why you want. Don't be a project, a movie maker first, and then you're gonna see what you like, what you want, what knowledge you need, and people you met. It's the same for a business.
Wise words. So act before you plan and ask for support and go out there and test it, right?
Yes. And be surrounding by people that they have the same, um, not lifestyle or goals, but at least same motivation in life, like people that they can be supportive and understanding.
Absolutely.
So yeah, yeah,
That's very important to have people that pull you up, not down, because
yeah,
we all know
yeah,
where that leads, right?
yeah,
Virginie, thank you so much for showing that we don't have to choose between business and freedom. You've shown us both are possible with the right approaches and the tips and tricks. And to all our listeners who are dreaming of nomad entrepreneurship or digital entrepreneurship, you've just heard from someone who's there 11, well, 12 more years, should I say, of proof that it works. So connect with Virginie if this sparked something. Thank you for joining TP
thank you,
Talks
Tanya.
Working Global. Keep following for more stories of people redefining working across borders. Until next time, keep your feet on the ground and keep reaching for the stars. Thank you, Virginie.
Thank you, Tanya.
Thank you for all. Have a great day.